Hey family, I remember being in a season in my life where I was just not at my best. I was people pleasing. I was so concerned with what people thought about me, right? I would do things for acceptance. I would do things for approval. And at the same time, while I'm doing these things, I would watch everybody else win, right? And don't get me wrong, I had my fair share of successes in life, but I spent so much time watching everyone else win until I got to a point and I said, you know what? While I'm watching them, they're watching me. And family, you have to understand your value and your worth when we're sitting back, watching others win, when we're sitting back, looking at social media, looking at people's pages, wondering what they're doing, wondering where they're at, and not realizing that the same people and individuals that we are looking at are trying to model themselves after us. And I feel like sometimes we just don't see our value. We don't see the power that we have in our lives. We don't understand that at the same time, at the same day that we're watching others do their thing, we are doing our thing. So I wanted to make a video today just to discuss, know that they're watching you. And while they're watching you, give them a show. I say give them a show, family, because at the end of the day, you are great. We don't see it. Sometimes we don't see our greatness. I remember when I was going through a very tough time in my life, right? And when you're going through a challenging time, you think more thoughts and more negative thoughts and things accompany that. And then your body starts telling your mind how to feel. And it becomes this vicious cycle of things just happening over and over and over again. And I had to learn how to take my mind back. I had to learn how to take control back, take my mind back. Right? Take my mind off of the negative things that was happening to me. Take away the negative energy and start living my life and knowing since they are watching, I'm going to give them a show. Because I realize, family, a lot of times people are waiting for you to fail, right? They're waiting for you to fail. And I know that seems negative and I know that sounds harsh, but a lot of people are waiting for you to fail. They are. A lot of times people will leave your life and say things like, you'll never be anything. You're the best part of your life is behind you. I was the best thing that ever happened to you. You'll never find another person like me. But the reality is, no, they'll never find another person like you, right? And when it comes to personal development, when you continue to work on yourself, when you continue to do the things that make you great, when you continue to move forward and live a life intentionally and consciously, you are living a best life. And when you create your life with intention, right, and you move away from creating a life based on default, no, you're moving forward and they're all watching and they're mad because you didn't stop. You never, ever stopped. You kept moving forward the whole time. It didn't matter if it was a loss of a job, a breakup, a health situation. You decided that you were going to keep moving forward even though it hurt. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. I'll wait. Let me know if I'm lying. You kept moving forward. You know why? Because you made the choice and you made the decision that you wanted better. And I remember having a moment in my life where I looked myself in the mirror and I said, do you want this life? Do you want to continue to live in a familiar past? Do you want to keep thinking about all the negative things that happened to you, all the people that did you wrong, all the bad situations that are coming? Or are you going to move forward and create something in your life that you know is best for you? Are you going to move from this familiar past and move into a future that is unknown? Or are you going to stay in your same current situation and live in a life of frustration, lack, and poverty? And I decided that that is not what I wanted. And I know you're making that decision too, family, because while they're watching, you're going to give them a show. They're not going to see you sad. They're not going to see you down. They're not going to see you wanting for anything. No, what they're going to see is the new version of you, the person that you always knew you could be once they left your life, right? The person you always knew you could be once you got out of that situation or out of that job. Family, they're all watching. Every last one of them are watching, and they're watching because they're waiting for you to fail. But you won't, and you have not. You know why? Because you're deciding to go from a predictable past to a future that you can create with your mind that will be better than anything you've ever been through. You're deciding to make a decision that you want more for yourself, that you want more in your life, and that you're going to do the things that it takes to get you to where you need to be. That's the decision that you're making. And family, we're no longer going to continue being sad all the time, living in this negative thoughts and these negative energies as if we don't have the same amount of time that someone else does, acting as if we don't have the ability to do the things we need to do. And I know that there are individuals that, aren't able to do the things that they believe they need to do based on circumstances. But for some of us, circumstances don't matter because they can't matter. And they can't matter as you're moving forward to create a bigger and better life. And not only are they watching you, you are watching you, right? Which is more important? You are watching you. And one thing that I told myself that I'm asking you to do for yourself is you look yourself in the mirror and you say, I'm no longer breaking the promises that I've made to myself. You're no longer breaking the promises that you made to yourself because you don't have to. You're no longer disappointing yourself. You're no longer not doing the things that you know you're called to do. You're no longer allowing them to win. You're not. You're no longer allowing them to win. While they are watching, you're putting on a show. What are you doing? Moving on. What are you doing? Overcoming, right? What are you doing? Learning, educating yourself, gaining skill sets, becoming knowledgeable. What are you doing? Becoming a better person. You're becoming a better person every single day, every single time. You're making a decision to become a better person. And family, when I looked myself in the mirror and I said, you know what? I could be better than this. When I looked myself in the mirror, I said, you know what? A delay is not a denial. And just because I'm in this feeling state of sadness or in this feeling state of disappointment does not mean that the rest of my life has to be this way. So I'm going to give my hurt and my pain an end date. I'm going to decide how long I'm going to be sad. And one day when I wake up and decide to be happy, when those negative thoughts come, I'm going to keep it moving. Because family, as you are becoming a new person, as you are doing the things that it takes to get to where you need to be, it all is a choice, right? And what is change? Change is making a decision, waking up and making a decision to decide that you want to do something new and different on the next day. Making a decision and deciding that you want more. They are all watching. Give them a show. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they tell you about yourself, that you'll never do this and you'll never be that. It doesn't matter because it can't matter. Not when you're moving on in your life. They're not going to slow you down. And one thing I learned, family, is sometimes when people leave your lives and things that we thought were opportunities leave our lives, that's addition by subtraction. When you get rid of the things and the people that no longer serve you, it's addition by subtraction. When you are able to overcome yourself, overcome these feeling states, overcome these individuals that are in your life as dead weight and remove those people from your life, family, you are able to move forward and heal and be happy and healthy. And one thing that I learned as I listened to these thought leaders is that thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body. And how we think and how we feel plays a pivotal, important role in how we design our lives. We're moving forward. Let me get closer. We're moving forward. And we're moving forward because we don't have time to be in the back. We're moving forward because we don't have time to live in the past. Because guess what? Those same people that said those negative things about you have to watch you win. The same individuals that spoke bad on your name have to watch you win. And they won't see you, but they'll see you. They won't see you. And I don't wish anybody bad. God knows we wish them the best. But at the end of the day, you are the main character of your own story. So while they are watching, you are going to give them a show. And what does that mean? Again, that means that you are going to have some self-improvement. That you are going to do the things that make you better, that you are going to do the things that make you stronger and help you to remain as the new version of self. Because you're going to go from a familiar past to an unknown and better future that you are able to co-create, right? Because that's the best way to be. We're no longer living cause and effect. We're living to cause and effect, right? This is not a knee-jerk reaction. You hit the knee, your leg jumps. No, we're not living knee-jerk reaction. We're not just going with the flow of everything. We are taking our life and creating the best life that we want and helping to create the best outcomes for us. We're moving in a way that allows us to be healthy and to be healed and not concerning ourselves with what we've been through. I get it. Who you were, where you've come from definitely allows you to get to where you need to be. Always remember, be humble and be thankful for what you have. But in this season, family, let's focus on who we're becoming. As you are the main character of your own story, the main character of their own story focuses on themselves, their belief, their family, the things that they got going on, and their story. You do not even have the capacity to focus on the people that are watching you, speaking negatively of you. You don't have time to focus on that. Right now, your focus is on building a better future. Right now, your focus is on taking over the world. Right now, your focus is on not just putting on a show for them, but putting on one for yourself. For yourself, you have what it takes to be great, family. We all do. You have what it takes to be great. And I really believe that sometimes we believe that miracles can happen, but we don't necessarily believe that miracles can happen for us. We believe that good breaks, lucky breaks, blessings, relationships, weddings, finances, windfalls can happen for other people, but we don't necessarily believe that it can happen for us. And I'm telling you right now, family, it can happen for you. That you can be the total package, that you can have that wife that you want, that husband that you want, you know what I mean? That family that you want, that mate that you want. You can have every single thing that you want in your life. But you only can have it once you honestly believe that you are it. When you honestly believe, you know what I'm saying, that you're not just trying to be something, you are it, right? And we're no longer going to the past when you're looking for something. You're separate from it. And when you're separate from it, you're not it. So as you're it, you're focused on your present moment and moving to the future. That's exactly what you're doing. Let them watch. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they want. At the end of the day, they'll be talking about you. And then they'll go from talking about you to talking about how they met you. They'll go from talking about you to talking about what you did for them and who you were to them. It doesn't matter. Because one of the things I always say when it comes to people that hurt us or opportunities that we thought were opportunities but were not, the best of those individuals' lives is behind them. But the best of your life, that's in front of you. The best of your life is in front of you. And do you believe it? Let me take a second and pause. Because I really want you to think about this. Do you believe that the best of your life is in front of you? I'll wait. And do you truly believe it? Not just believing it in your mind and, believing it with your words, but not as a total person and a total body believing it. Is your heart and your mind in coherence? Do you believe it in your heart and believe it in your mind that you have what it takes to live a great life? And you have to believe it, because if you just believe it with your words, but subconsciously you're thinking negative thoughts about yourself, then you don't believe it. So I'm going to ask you again, do you believe it for yourself? And if you do, please continue watching this video, because at the end of the day, where you are going, everybody can't go. The things that you're doing, everybody can't do. What you're on, they're not on. And as you architect your life, as you create this new blueprint for your life, as you put yourself on, of course, they're all going to be watching. Why wouldn't they? Because the person that they left you as is 100% absolutely not the person that you are today. What else are they going to do? What else are they going to do, family, but watch? What else? Because it's so funny how when a person leaves your life, they leave you thinking that you will always be the same, but you are not. When a job lays you off, their assumption is that you're not going to go any further, but you are. They're all watching. Give them a show. And you're going to give them a show by who you are becoming, the things that you're deciding to do, the people that you're allowing in your life, how you're moving forward, what you're doing, your new skills, your new friends, your new environments, your new look, your new you. And when you become this new person, family, you're going to see you start attracting more. Money starts coming to you easily. Relationships, the things that you no longer want in your life just tend to just fall away without you even doing much, right? Good things are continuing to happen for you. Lucky breaks are happening. What do they say? Luck is when preparation meets the opportunity. You are prepared. You're prepared because mentally you've made up your mind that you're going to be prepared. You're prepared because you are no longer afraid of walking into the unknown. You're prepared because you're no longer living in the familiar past, creating these predictable futures. You're prepared because you decided to be. You're prepared because you made a choice to be. You're prepared because you said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done living in lack. I'm done being angry. I'm done living in frustration. I'm done being broke. I'm done not being the best version of myself. You are moving forward. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. Right? You're moving forward. And I know it's hard, family. It's like whenever you make a decision, whenever you make a decree that you're going to do something great, you set a goal, you create an intention, whenever that happens, I do understand that obstacles and things happen along the way that try to throw you off your game. I get that. I get that things happen that try to throw you off your game. But you're moving forward, and you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. How much longer are you going to live in this pain? And this pain of this self that you're identifying with, that's not even who you are. How much longer are you going to live in this frustration? And this is not even who you authentically are. This is not who God, whoever the universe, whatever you believe, this is not how you were created to be. You were created to be whole. WHOLE. You were created to be whole. And you can't be whole living in lack. And you can't be whole wanting. And you can't be whole not feeling you're at your best. Because family, at the end of the day, when you make a choice to go from living a life of default to living a life of intention, intentionally things change. The people around you change. The way you see things change. Let them watch. It doesn't even matter. What are they going to say? What can they say? I'll wait. That you're not this and that you're not that and that you used to do this and you used to be that. You're a new self. You can't even identify with your old self because as you're moving forward, you're a new self. What are they going to say? And no matter what they say, it doesn't even have an impact on you because you're moving forward with your life. When you make a decision to be great, that decision did not include them. When you made a decision to be great, that decision did not include what they're thinking about you, what they're saying about you. You're moving forward. We are no longer waking up in the morning and those thoughts downloading all in our mind. And now our day today was exactly like our day yesterday because we're unable to overcome the hurt of the past. Absolutely not. When you're moving forward to a new future, that future is not predictable. That's why they call it in the unknown. That's why they call it the unknown. It's scary because it is absolutely the unknown. But the unknown, I guarantee you, could be so much better than that familiar past. You already know what that feels like. You know what that looks like. You know what that's going to come with. Why would you want that again for your life? You don't. But guess what? Those people that hurt you, they want you to want that for your life. They want you to stay down. Those jobs that laid you off, they want you to stay down. But you're not staying down because you get up. Every single time you're the chosen one. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back to hear. You get up every time. Every single time. There is no one that's going to stop you. There is nothing that's going to come in your way. There is nothing that can happen that you cannot overcome because at the end of the day, you have made a choice to get up and go. And when I looked myself in the mirror, I said, Nicole, are you going to live in this familiar past or are you going to design and architect your life in such a way that you become unrecognizable to you? Are you going to wake up and do the whole new glow up and become a better person and become a more attractive person and become successful and dominate your life, dominate the business field, dominate your family life, dominate your relationship, dominate everything across the board? And the only way, family, that I was able to overcome these negative thoughts, overcome these ill feelings, overcome these bad things happening to me, the only way I was able to do that is when I overcame myself. I had to overcome myself because I was the only one that's stopping me. And look at your life. Are you stopping yourself? I'll wait. Are you blocking your own blessing? Is there something that you're doing in your life that's causing you to set yourself back? Ask yourself that. I will wait. Because a lot of times, yes, external factors impact us and impact our lives and our finances and our ability to grow and our ability to make money. But sometimes we are in the way of our own selves. And sometimes we block our own blessings. So we have to take a look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we doing to block our own blessings? And sometimes concerning yourself with people, concerning yourself with what people think of you, right? Who don't love you, who aren't in your inner circle, who don't care about you. Sometimes that's you blocking your blessing. And I do understand that feedback is good. You know, constructive criticism is a blessing. You know, people can help you. Some people have your best interests at heart. But for those that don't, their opinions don't matter in your life, not when you're dominating your life. Family, we have such a finite amount of time here on this earth. We don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. We wake up, and there are some people that didn't wake up. We have no idea what the future holds for us. We have no idea what these new days hold for us, what these new opportunities hold for us. We don't know. So guess what? All we can do is be optimistic and be prayerful and thankful that we get another opportunity to do it again and do it again better than we did yesterday. Because like I said earlier, true change is waking up and making a decision to do something new and different. Let them watch. Let them watch. It doesn't matter. Let me get closer. Let them watch. At the end of your day, your future matters more than someone's opinion of you. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter what they say because you're not even that same person that they're talking about. You're a different, better, and new person. You're a different and better and new person that's doing different and better things and moving in different and better places and hanging in different and better environments with different and better people with different and more money. That's what you're doing right now with your life. And you have to believe it. You have to believe it for yourself. Nobody can believe that for you but you. And I know I sound like I'm going hard, and I'm really not, y'all. I'm like the sweetest person you ever meet. I'm not trying to go hard. I'm keeping it a band. I'm keeping it 100 with you. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're moving forward with your life and that things will be better. And there's always better waiting, and that you're being motivated and you're living the best life that you can live and you're doing the best things that you can do. And there are people surrounded around you who actually love you, and the ones that don't are being removed from your life, and you're getting more skills, more knowledge, more education. The finances are coming, the husband, the wife, the children, the house, any single and every single thing that you want in your life is making its way to you. But you have to make a choice. So what is your choice going to be? What is your choice going to be? Are you living in lack? Do you want to continue doing the same thing that you're doing over and over as the same version of yourself, waiting for things to happen? Are you going to continue to do the same things over and over that you've been doing, expecting a different result? Are you going to continue to be the same person that you've been hoping and praying and wishing that things would get better? And if you continue to do that, family, and maybe there's nothing wrong with that, but if you continue to do that, I want you to know that that is living a life by default, and that is not living an intentional life. So if you want people to watch you, if you want to watch yourself and live that life, more power to you, right? It takes all kinds to run the world. But when you're chosen, you don't get the right to live life on your own terms. When you're chosen, you have to move forward. You have to be great because it's not even going to feel good. When you just sit and chill and allow things to happen to you as a chosen person, that doesn't feel good. It never, ever does. What feels good is you moving on with your life. What feels good is you becoming a better person. What feels good is for you to be whole and to have all the things and the players and the people and to continue to strive and make your way to your highest and best self. That feels good. So family, I'm going to let you know one last time. They are all watching. People who told you they don't like you anymore. People who said that they don't fool with you anymore, opportunities that you thought were opportunities that are no longer there, these jobs that let you go. Listen, they're all watching. And you're going to give them a show. Just something to think about. Stay inspired. Hey, family, there are so many people out there that doubted you, spoke negatively about you, said ill and terrible things about you. But you're still going to win. You keep winning. And I just want to share with you, family, a few signs so that you can know that you are on the right path and that you're doing all the right things and that God is going to bless you all in front of your haters' faces. Sign number 1, every single thing that you worked for is coming to fruition. Everything you've done, all the hard work you've done in the past, all the seeds that you have sown in your life, in the life of others, it's all coming to fruition. And I know that there may be opposition, things along the way that stop you, things along the way that challenge your growth. But at the end of the day, family, everything that you worked hard for is still coming to fruition. And it's coming to fruition, and they have to watch you eat. They don't want to, but they have to watch you eat. They have to see you win. Sometimes the same people who told you you'll never be nothing, you'll never amount to anything, blah, 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 blah. They have to watch you win because all of your blessings are coming into fruition in this season right now. And another sign that God is blessing you all in their face, they have to watch you win. They won't see you, but they'll see you. They won't physically see you, but they're going to see you. They're going to hear about you. They're going to hear things. I'm telling you, because whenever you're on your journey to greatness, whenever you're growing, you're about to pop, you're making your dreams come true. They all see it, family. And I always say, you don't think they're watching, but everybody is watching. And while everybody is watching, you might as well give them a show. While everyone is watching, give them a show. They doubted you. They told you that you wouldn't be great. They told you that they didn't think that you'd amount to anything. And look at you now, still striving on your journey to personal development, still continuing and growing in your goals, still doing the things that it takes to get you where you need to be, despite the opposition. Like I always say, it doesn't matter what they say, because it can't matter, because you can't concern yourself with what someone thinks of you, with what someone's saying of you, because it is none of your business and it is none of your concern. And it can't be. And they want it to be your concern. They want to know that they have what it takes to stop you on your greatness. I remember I had a friend, right? And he had a breakup. And the girl told him, you will never meet someone like me. But he met better, right? And sometimes people always tell us, what we're not, what we want to. You'll never meet a person like me. But what happens when you do? What happens when you meet better? What happens when you have better? And I use it as an example to say, family, you're always going better. You're moving upward, forward, onward, and yonward. And nothing is going to stop you on your journey to greatness. Nothing is going to stop you to get where you need to go. Nothing is going to stop you to move forward and to move ahead and take strides to becoming that great person, because God is blessing you in front of everyone. And there's nothing that they can do about it. So they won't see you. But trust me, they will see you. Another sign that you know that God is blessing you all in your haters' faces, your doubters' faces, is that they used to talk about you. But they'll go from talking about you to talking about how they knew you. They'll go from talking about you to talking about how they met you, right? They'll go from talking about you negatively to talking about how they knew you, how they met you. I remember when me and so-and-so used to go to school. I remember when me and so-and-so, it's all cap. Please, it's all cap. Because at the end of the day, the same people that hated on you have no choice but to respect you, because they are watching your come up. They're watching it and they can't believe it. Little old you, right? The same person that they doubted, they're watching your come up. And that's a hard watch. Because you're really coming up. That's a hard watch. What do you do when you leave someone at what you perceive as the bottom and they rose to the top? You completely, it's like the story of the turtle and the hare. Remember, we were young, we heard the story, and they're running that race, and the hare was so far in front of the turtle that he wanted to rest. And by the time he woke up, that turtle was crossing the finish line because he underestimated him. And those people underestimated you. At the same time that they thought that you were done, you were just getting started. And I heard a proverb before, and it said, you tried to bury me, but you didn't know that I was a seed. Family, a lot of people tried to bury you, but they had absolutely no idea who you were, absolutely no idea that you were a seed, absolutely no idea that you would overcome, grow, dominate, and change the game, and change the trajectory of your life, and change the trajectory of the life of those around you. They had no idea that you would do it, but you did, and here you are. So now they go from talking about you to talking about how they knew you, because they had no idea in their mind that you would become the person that you've become today, and that you would overcome the things that you've overcome. Another sign that God is blessing you all in your haters' face is, you've overcome so much opposition. So many things came in your way to stop you, to block you, to keep you slowed down, to not allow you to move forward on your goals, move forward on your dreams. It was all designed to stop you, but you still won. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. You still won, because nothing stopped you from your journey. Because I truly do believe when God has something for you, there is nothing and no one that can stop that trajectory but you. And you've decided to move up and move forward with your life despite opposition. So now they have to watch. So now they have to see you grow. So now they have to see you overcome all of the opposition that came your way. Now they have to watch you overcome all the things that was put in your path, the traps, the snares, the stop you, and it never, ever stopped you. And finally, family, one of the other signs that I've seen to where God is blessing you in front of everyone's face, doors continue to open for you. And not just regular doors. I mean, doors from unexpected places. Money will start flowing to you easily. People will start coming into your life. Those relationships that you're desiring will find their way to you. Every single thing is working in your favor. Every single thing is working in your favor. Every single thing is coming towards you and coming for you and strengthening you and making you a better person. And your doors are being open to receive all the good and great things that God has for you, the universe, the world. Every single thing is coming your way in front of your haters. The same people that doubted you and told you would never make it. Here you are. You made it. I'll wait. And you're not just stopping, you're starting. Like, this is your start. If they think they've seen something, they ain't seen nothing yet. They have seen nothing yet, because at the end of the day, this is your great start. And family, I say all that to say, and I say all that to let you know that sometimes we have to be reminded of who we are, right? When we're working in our day-to-day, getting up, taking care of children, going to work, doing these things, we have to be reminded of who we are, because it's so easy to forget who you are, especially when you're on your journey to greatness, especially when you're doing the same things day in and day out. And one of the things I always say is, a lot of times we miss opportunities because they're dressed in overalls and they look like work. Right? So everything you do looks like work. Everything you do is dressed in opportunity. It doesn't appear to be what it is, but I'm telling you, family, it is what it is. And it is you growing, changing, motivating, inspiring, and becoming that better person. Every single thing that you're doing is working for you in your favor. Every single place that you go to, it's all adding up. These are all seeds that you are planting in your life that's taking you to a greater place. These are all seeds that are designed to make you better, faster, stronger. These are all seeds. So yes, the people are going to hate. The haters are going to come. The opposers, the doubters. You know what? I don't think that you should do that with your life. I think that's a bad idea. I think you should focus on this. Well, family, they're only saying that because in their life, they didn't accomplish the goals that they set for themselves. So now, because they were a failure in their own life, not all of them, but some of them, they were a failure in their own life. Now they want to tell you what to do with your life. So they're essentially projecting onto you the areas that they failed at. We're not going to let that happen, because you're being blessed all in the hater's face. And we're not going to let the opposition come and tell us what we're not. And I know, family, sometimes things happen to knock you down. Things happen to challenge your reality. Things happen to make you truly think and ask yourself, is this for me? Is this what's meant to be for me? You know what I mean? Is this what's designed for me? And sometimes, family, we want to stop, but guess what? A delay is not a denial. You may have put that dream down, pick it back up, keep it moving, because they're watching. And not just because they're watching, because you are deserving of an extraordinary life. You are deserving of so much better than you're giving yourself now, right? So if they are all watching, give them a show. And the show you're giving them is your real life. Like, you're really doing this. You're really going hard. You're really striving hard. You're really making change. You're really affecting change. You're really becoming the person that you knew you always could be. The same person that they doubted, the same person that they thought they buried, they did not know that you were a seed. But now they know. And now they see it. And they have to watch you win. They have no choice. They have to watch you win everywhere they go, every conversation they have, every move they make. It's a constant reminder of you. It's a constant reminder of what they had with you. And sometimes, family, that is all people need, to realize the mistake that they made and see that they dropped the ball. They fumbled the bag, they dropped the ball, because they have to watch you win and they have to watch you eat. And the sad part is, they cannot eat with you. They can only watch you. They can't eat with you. They can't go on this journey with you. You're just getting started and they're sunsetting, because the best part of their life is behind them. But the best part of your life is in front of you, and you know it. Stay inspired. Hey, family, a lot of times when we go through things in our lives, if someone hurts us, offends us, does us wrong, your natural inclination might be, I'm going to get this person back. I'm going to do to them what they did to me, because I want them to feel the level of hurt that they allowed me to feel. And family, I want you to know that you don't have to do anything to anyone, because everything that someone does always comes back to them. It is not because of your doing. It is not what you're choosing to do. It is not how you orchestrate your greatest revenge. None of that. Because at the end of the day, family, when someone does you wrong, right? When a person hurts you, offends you, does something to piss you off, does something to impact your life in such a negative way that it creates a defining moment in your life, I want you to know that you don't have to get revenge. Because one of the lessons I learned, whatever you do onto someone, it always comes back to you. Whatever someone's done to you, they've done it unto themselves. Every single time in my life that someone has hurt me, every single time in someone I know's life that someone has hurt them, years pass, days, sometimes weeks. It's automatic. There is nothing that you have to do that's going to help God orchestrate or speed up the process of getting someone back. They've done it to themselves. And their revenge comes quickly off the strength of who they did it to, and that's you. When you are chosen, when you believe yourself to be chosen, when you believe yourself to be great, influential, a nice person, when you believe yourself to be all those things, and even if you don't believe yourself to be all those things, whoever touches you, something not so good happens to that person. And we don't wish anyone bad. My whole point of this message today is that if you ever considered or are considering responding or reacting to anyone or anything that has done you wrong, I want you to really sit and stop. I want you to really sit and think. And I want you to really, really sit and think, if this decision that I'm about to make is going to impact my life in a negative way, maybe I shouldn't do it. Because at the end of the day, family, the best revenge is your success. It is really true. The best revenge is the same people that hurt you, walked out of your life, the same jobs that fired you, the same unlucky breaks, whatever happened in your life. When you get up and walk away and become that better version of yourself, when you get up and you do something new and better and different with your life, they all have to watch. And trust me, they are watching. People can say whatever they want. I don't like you. You this, you're that. You'll never amount to anything. Listen, they are all watching. Revenge comes quickly for them, not you. All you have to do is continue, pick up the pieces, heal. I know it hurts, but you move forward and you move on with your life because you know there is greater for you. You know there is better. Look back on your life. Think about a time that someone has hurt you. What was the outcome? I'll wait. What happened? You heard about them. You heard something happened. Years later, you end up linking up with them. You realize it wasn't what it was. Because at the end of the day, know that when you are chosen, it doesn't matter. Whatever anyone does to you, it always comes back on them, right? And sometimes when we go through hurt and when we go through pains, we get these thoughts in our minds, thinking things that may or may not even be true. You know what I mean? This person hurt me. I wonder if they're going to continue to do it again. I wonder if something else will happen. And now we start making bad decisions and putting ourselves in bad situations off the strength of what a person did to us, off the strength of what we think they're going to do next, and off the strength of what we think we can do better to get them back. Family, at the end of the day, revenge comes quickly for these people, and there's nothing that you have to do. All you have to do is move on, and I know it hurts. Sometimes you feel like taking action is the best course of action. Sometimes you feel like doing something to impact someone's life negatively, like they hurt you, is the best outcome. And I want you to know that it's not. Because the best revenge that you can do is move on with your life. I don't care if the person told you you'll never be anything. I'm not going to pay you back the money you owe. It doesn't matter, because guess what? That same person that hurt you, they're going to get their just due for what they've done to you. They're going to. And they won't see you, but they'll see you. They'll follow you. They'll watch you. They'll see your great come up. They'll see your great glow up. And you know, sometimes we are in these feeling states that aren't so great. We feel bad, therefore we want to react. We don't feel good, so we want a person to feel like we feel. But family, forgiveness, as you've heard, it's so cheesy, but forgiveness is not for them. It truly is for us. And the reality is, there's something better. There's someone better always waiting. And I know it doesn't feel like it when you're going through it. I know it feels like you getting them back is the best thing you can do. But sometimes talk to someone you know. When you try to get someone back for what they've done to you, sometimes that backfires. Now you've allowed them to impact your life, not just in a negative way, but now it's impacting you physically. right? Now you could be locked up. Now something negative can happen to you that takes you away from your life and what you are called to do. Family, you are great. And there is nothing that anyone is going to do to hold you back. There is no one that can stop the blessing that God has for you in your life. There is nothing that anyone can do to put a pause on what you got going on. Yes, a delay is not a denial. We understand that a delay is not a denial. We do understand that things happen in our lives that can sort of pull us back and set us back. And I do know sometimes, you might be a given person. You might give your time, your energy, your effort, your impact to people who don't deserve it, people who have used you, people who have taken advantage of you. But family, at the end of the day, let those people walk out your life. Let those people leave, because they are not the prize. You are. And you will soon see, once you start healing, once you move on with your life, you will soon see that what I'm saying is true. When we're giving away our energy to these people, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder who they're talking to. I can't believe they did this to me. I can't believe that. And I know it hurts. So trust me, God knows, I know it hurts. But when we're constantly giving away our energy, that is energy that we need to heal. That is energy that we need to pull back in so that we can surround ourselves, right? And heal ourselves. Revenge comes quick for those people. It comes quick for those people. And I always say, step out the way and allow God, the universe, whatever, to do its job. There's nothing you can do that can be better than what's going to happen to them anyway for hurting you. There's nothing different and additional that you can do. All you have to do is move on with your life. All you have to do is heal. And I know it's hard. And family, sometimes we get these negative thoughts in our head after, something happens to us negatively or a person impacts us negatively. And we get these thoughts. And one of the things I realize, family, is when you do get these negative thoughts in your head about what a person is doing, when you start conspiring about what you're going to do, ask yourself these 3 questions. Question number 1, is the thought that just came in my mind true? Is it true? Question number 2, if the thought is true, what can I do to fix myself, to fix the situation? And number 3, if there's nothing I can do to fix it, if there's nothing I can do to control it or change it, then what can I do about the things that I cannot change? What can I do now, despite this problem in my life? What can I do now to make my life better as a result? And the reality is, family, when you do that, you are reminding yourself that you are going to let your life happen by design and not by default. You are designing your lives. When these people hurt you, when these situations don't work out, when these opportunities come that we thought were opportunities, but they were not. Family, the best revenge is you working on yourself. The best revenge is you healing in your time. The best revenge is removing that hurt, removing that pain, whatever you got to do. If you got to get counseling, help, if you need to talk it out, walk it out, whatever it is that you need to do, family, at the end of the day, let those people go. Because one thing that they're not going to do is impact your path, the trail that you're blazing, your future, your blessings. You're not going to let them stop you any more than you believe they already have. Let them people go. Because at the end of the day, revenge comes quickly for them because you are moving onward and onward. And when you left their life, this is how powerful you are. Because see, we forget, when you left their life, you took your anointing, your blessing, your covering, your everything. And while it might appear that things are going well for them, while it might appear that things are looking up for them, that's not always the case. That is not always the case, family. But for you, you are moving forward. You are healing. You are taking that negative energy and turning it into positive energy. You are working on yourself and cultivating yourself and building your life and architecting your life where you want it to be. You are becoming who you are wanting to become. And when you overcome and overcome and overcome, you become somebody new. You're not going to allow this past situation, this past person to bring you down to who you're not, to cause you to do the things that don't even feel comfortable to you. Who are you to get revenge? That's not even who you are. That's not who you are. You're not that person. You don't get revenge and seek revenge. You don't lower yourself to their standards, because that's not who you are, because who you are is great and you will always be great. One of the things I learned, when you have such an abundance in your life, right? When you have so much blessings on you, you sometimes attract people who may use you. But the reality is you're so useful. Everybody wants you. You know, the light attracts everything, including the bugs. So at the end of the day, family, know your worth, know your value, and know revenge comes quickly for them, not for you. Because everything that you put in place before you met that person, before you got into that situation, before you stumbled upon that opportunity that wasn't an opportunity, every single thing that you put in place is still in place. All of your plans, all of your goals, all of your dreams are still in place. And we are not going to let a person or persons or things that happen in our life to stop us from following our goals and dreams for what we have for ourselves, from following what we need to do in our lives. Revenge comes quickly for them, but it's not by your hand. It's not by your hand. And I know it feels good to get people back. I know it feels good for them to feel the level of hurt that they caused you, but not at the expense of your freedom. And sometimes we do things not even knowing the ramifications of. We go very far, not even knowing how far we go. It is not worth it. What's worth it is you building yourself, you becoming who you know you can be, you dominating, you rebuilding your cash reserves, rebuilding your life, rebuilding your family, repairing your marriage, repairing your relationship, repairing yourself, doing anything and everything that you can do to become a better person, because they won't see you, but they'll see you. And the best part of revenge, if you want to get someone back, the best part of it is moving on with your life. I know that sounds like you're just walking away. I know it sounds like you're just allowing a person to win. Family, the best revenge is them watching you from their viewpoint, right? They are the turtle and you are the giraffe. Y'all in the same space, but your viewpoints are different. Them watching you win. Them watching you and having to see the blessing that they lost because they were too foolish to let you go. Them watching you and seeing the hurt they caused you and all the hurt and pain that has been brought upon them or on their offspring or on some part or aspect of their life, all as a result of what they did to you. Those people bring revenge on themselves. They bring revenge on themselves. All you have to do is continue to live a life of intention and not live a life by default. Create and architect your future life. Do you want to stay in the familiar past with these people? Waking up every day, those negative thoughts downloading. Now you're sad, you're hurt, you're crying, you're feeling the pain day in, day out. No, we're giving our pain an end date. Give your pain an end date so you can get up and go on about with your life, because you have too much life to live. And nothing is guaranteed for us. You're not wasting any more time on people and things and processes that did not work in your life. We're moving forward, moving onward, moving onward so that you can get to where you need to go without the weight and the dead weight of unforgiveness, anger, stress, and pain, and the negative thoughts of conspiring to do something to someone. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your future. So family, I want you to know and understand that the best revenge is you moving on. The best revenge is you getting on with your life and focusing on and doing the things that you did before these situations came in your life, before these people came in your life. You're no longer waking up with the thoughts downloaded in your mind, making your day today just like your day yesterday, just because somebody thinks that they got off easy and thinks they won. Absolutely not. The more you give out in the world, you receive that back. That's karma. Let those people receive their karma. And you continue to be who you've always been, the man you've always been, the woman you've always been, the whatever you identify as you've always been, and move forward with your life. Because guess what? Now that you left their life, the best part of their life is over. But the best part of your life is just beginning. Revenge came quick. And there's nothing that you have to do. All you have to do is move forward, move on with your life, trust and know that everything that you want is in front of you. It is not behind you. Everything in your past is exactly what it is, the past, and you've passed it. It's all behind you. Every single thing that you need is in front of you. Whatever additionally you need in your life that you already don't have within is in front of you. You are no longer going to be living a predictable past and a predictable future. No, you're moving into the unknown and you are creating what you're not seeing in your life right now. You are moving forward. You are healing and bettering yourself so that you can create an equal. You are healing and bettering yourself so that you can generate more income and great things and great ideas and great futures for yourself and blessings for your family and more opportunities for you. You are becoming the exact person that you always knew you could be. And like I've said before, this is addition by subtraction. Sometimes, as much as it hurts, a person leaving our lives, that is addition by subtraction, because they left room. Those opportunities, those job losses made room for you to find your true and new self, made room for you to get more than what you deserve and more than what you're allowing yourself to get. Let those people go. Revenge came quick. And it wasn't by your hand, because you left and you took your anointing with you. You moved forward and you took 25,000 steps forward and you left them back there. So when they try to come back in your life, which they will, when they watch you and comment, which they will, trust and know that you may not see it, you may not hear about it regularly. It may appear that they're doing well. It may appear that they're moving on. It may appear that they are benefiting off of the blessing that you brought in their life. But family, that is the furthest from truth, because the reality is revenge came quick for them. And that is no longer your focus. Your only focus is moving on, pulling all that energy back, because that is energy for you to heal and becoming that strongest and best person that you know you could be, so that you can turn around and tell the story from a place of healing and trust and know every single thing that you lost, every single thing that you think you lost, that they removed from your life, every single thing that you think that you lost, know that you are getting it back tenfold. That person, those finances, that job, whatever it is you lost at the hands of an enemy, it's all coming back to you, family. Because at the end of the day, you are the chosen one. And I want you to trust, know, and believe that. Revenge came quick for them. But everything good, everything wonderful, everything that you desire and need in your life is coming to you. And that's all you have to focus on. Stay inspired. Hey, family. A lot of times people try to treat you like you're average. Have you ever experienced that? They try to treat you like you're average, but you're not. And you will never fail. I know there are people waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to not succeed, waiting for things to fall apart in your life, but that's not you, and that is not your story. And here's why. Here are a couple of reasons that show you that you will never fall off, because you will always be great. Number one, you're stepping into your calling, family. They see it. You're getting to this phase in your life where you're wanting more and you want to be more and you want to have more and you want to become more and you want to do more. And you can only do that as you walk the way is made. And a lot of times people have a hard time with determining what their purpose is. And I look at it like this. Your purpose is like your highest and best self, is that thing you decide to become. And your calling are the roadways that help you get there, right? So if your purpose is to change the world and you like to speak and do public speaking engagements, maybe YouTube is an avenue, maybe work is an avenue, but whatever it is, you're getting closer to your purpose and your calling, and they all see it. And another reason you'll never fall off is because you're spending a lot of time in isolation, family. When you get to that point where you're by yourself, thinking thoughts all alone in the lab, right? Thinking of things, creating your life, thinking of what you want, what you don't want, who you don't want to surround yourself with, the environments that you don't want to be in. When you get to that point, when you're deciding that you want to be in isolation, when you're getting to that point where you're deciding that you no longer want to hang out with that crowd or hang out with those friends or hang out in that environment or work in that job, when you get to that point where you say, no, thank you, I'm good. No, thank you, I'll pass, right? When you get to that point, when you want new and different for your life, they all see it. And a lot of times people wish bad for you and they want you to fall off so bad, but you can't fall off because you're not creating and designing your life to fall off, because you're in your mind, you're in your head, and you're writing things down. You are creating the life that you want to live. Another reason you won't fall off, you're turning your setbacks into success. And I want to spend some time talking about that, family. You know, there are so many things in our lives that we look at that can cause us to fail. Bad relationships, bad situationships, bad employment, bad breaks, unlucky calls. There are so many things in our life that cause us to stop, that cause us to look at our lives and say, you know what? I'm tired, or I'm done, or I quit, or I've tried that before and it didn't work, or this person said that I'm not good enough. Let me tell you something. You'll never fall off because you didn't fail, you learned. You didn't fail, you learned. Everything that you went through in your life, every unlucky break that you think you had, every disappointment, every bad break, every loss of a thing that you had in your life led you up to this very point and will lead you further because you're getting closer to your destiny and closer to who you are and closer to who you know you can be. You're not allowing your setbacks to set you back because you know who you are. You're not allowing your setbacks to keep you in the past. When you wake up and those negative thoughts start to download in your mind, you make a conscious decision to say, you know what? Today's going to be a new day. I'm not allowing my past, my yesterday, those negative things that happened to me, that bad situation, that bad relationship, that bad breakup, to ruin my day today. Because family, when we do that, we take a known past, right? And we make a predictable future. We create the same day today that we did yesterday, and we're not doing that anymore. A setback is a setup for future success. A setback is a way that you learn to get to where you need to be so that you can do the things that you need to do, so that you can right your wrongs and become the person that you've been called to be every single time. That is what your setup is. That's your setup. Your setup is to go far and far, far and farther, far and the farthest that you've ever been in your life because you're making a decision to do that. You're not staying stuck in your past. You're not allowing your past things that happened to you to define who you are. No, that's who you used to be. That's who you used to roll with. That's the situation that you used to involve yourself in. You're no longer doing that. What you're doing in this season is setting yourself up for greatness, putting the things in place financially, spiritually, emotionally, putting all the things in place to get you to where you need to be so that you can have better outcomes and a better life. That's what you're doing. You will never fall off. I know they're waiting to see it. I know they're all watching. Give them a show. Let me come closer so the chosen ones in the back can hear. Give them a show. They are all watching. And guess what? At the end of the day, you move in silence. They don't have to know what you're doing. They may think you're falling off, but one thing I learned is just because something looks like it's falling apart doesn't mean it is. Sometimes things fall apart to fall together. They're all watching, so give them a show. You will never fall off. Oh, so what? You had a setback. They saw it. They have their 3, 5, 7 minutes of fame, 7 seconds of fame. They saw it. It doesn't matter because you are on the great come up to become an even better person than you already were, and you're already great. Sometimes we forget who we are when we're living in lack, when we're in bad situations, dealing with unhealthy people, dealing in unhealthy situations. We forget who we are. But family, let me remind you, you're chosen. You will never, ever, ever fall off. And there's nothing that anybody can ever do to make you feel like you're less than, because you're not capable of being less than, because you're great, because you're chosen. I'll wait. Am I lying? A lot of times we forget the strength that we carry, the person that we are, the energy that we move, the things we're manifesting. You are great. We do not allow setbacks to become setups and define a future. That was the past. That's the past. No, what you're setting up is a better present. What you're setting up is a better future. They will never see you fail. You're not capable of failing. You didn't fail, you learned. They'll never, ever, ever see you fail. And you won't see you fail because you're not even capable of allowing yourself to get to that point. No matter what we go through, we pick ourselves back up. I've been through some low points in my life, and I had no choice but to go up because I was so low. It doesn't get any lower than that. You pick yourself back up and you keep moving. They're all watching. Give them a show. You will never fail. And last but not least, family, people try to treat you like you're average, but you are far from it. They try to treat you like you're average, but you're far from it. There is nothing average about you. There is nothing common about you. There is nothing that anyone can say or do to make you become the person that you're not. Because you're great and you're on your path to greatness, there is nothing anyone can say or do to tell you that you're not who you are. You will never fall off. And sometimes, family, when people say things to you, they're actually projecting their feelings towards you, projecting how they feel about themselves on you. They're projecting their sadness, their wrongdoing, and their failure on you because they know you're going places. So they like to keep you small. They know you're going places, so they tell you that your ideas are not good. Your ideas are not good. This relationship is not a good idea for you. You're not this and you're not that. Let me tell you something. You better quiet out that noise. Because when you're the chosen one, the only direction you're going is forward. You don't go backwards. You don't get caught and stuck in what a person says about you to make you feel like you're average. There is nothing average about you. And everything about you is above average. Everything you do, every place you set foot in, every place you touch, every stone you turn, there is nothing average about you. And everywhere you go, you leave a mark. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. Everywhere you go, you leave a mark. And sometimes we forget the power that we have within because we're dealing with these people on the external. People who want to water you down, who want to see you fail, who don't want the best for you, who don't believe in your goals, your dreams, your visions, your directions, your ideas, your life. Let me tell you something. You will never fail because you're not designed to. And there is nothing ever common about a chosen one. There's nothing common or average about you. So don't let what these people say dictate and make you feel like you're less than when you're greater than. I want to remind you, family, that there's nothing about you that's average, that you're stepping into your calling and they're all seeing it, that you've turned your setbacks into setups for something better, new, different, and great for your life, and that they are all watching. And they want to treat you like you're average. They want you to move like you're average. They want to talk to you like you're normal. But there's nothing common about you because you are chosen and you will never, ever fall off because that's not your story. Because your story is, instead of you watching everyone else win, you are watching yourself win. You're putting the things in place and doing the things you need to do and getting where you need to get and becoming who you need to be. And you're overcoming and becoming someone new because you know that you're different, phenomenal, better. They're all watching. Give them a show. And what they won't see is you fail. They never, ever will because you're putting the things in place for you to win. And a delay is not a denial. And just because things are falling apart does not mean that they're falling apart. That could very well mean that things are falling together for you and in your own life. Let them watch, give them a show because you are great and you will never, ever fall off because you're the chosen one. Remember who you are. Understand and know that you got a journey and everything you need, everything you desire, everything you think about, every ground you touch, everywhere you go, and everything that you do, and everything that you're becoming, you're moving forward and you're not looking back. Just something to think about. Stay inspired. Hey, family. Have you ever been embarrassed or humiliated? So let me share a story with you. So this happened to me a couple years ago. I was working at a company and we had what's called focus groups. So that meant I would go representing my company and sit in another company to meet with their managers, their leaders, their staff, and talk about some of the things that could be better in the organization. So I remember getting there, a few minutes early and the room was empty, but I didn't sit at the front of the room, but I sat, in general seating. So I'm sitting there just gathering my thoughts, waiting for my other team member to show up. And so this lady walks in a room. So she walks in a room, she's looking at me real funny, right? Like my whole being is irritating her spirit. So she says, hey, to get my attention. I go, hey, how are you? She said, I'm sorry, if you're looking for the restroom, it's down the hall to the left. She said, we're getting ready to have an important meeting in here. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm the only person in this room, right? There's a few other people sitting in there, but I'm like, okay. I look at her, I said, oh, thank you, ma'am. I'm not looking for the restroom. I'm in the right room, right? 5 more minutes pass. She walks out. She comes back. She sees me. She's upset. She walks out. Now it's getting close for the time for the meeting to take place, right? So she walks out one last time. I see her walking back with a person that appears to be like security. So I'm thinking to myself, for real? So anyway, I get up. I go to the front of the room. I take the podium and I say, hi, everyone. How are you? My name is Nicole. I'm with this company, Y'all should have seen the look on her face. She was so upset. The security man was so confused. And at the end of the day, when I get done with the meeting, of course, she walks up to me. Oh my gosh, Miss Nicole, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. And oh, my apologies. Do you need any water? Is there anything that you need? And, I always remember that story because it's such a reminder. And you know what the biggest lesson I learned in that moment? I learned that sometimes, family, we command rooms that people don't think we should lead. We command rooms that people don't believe we should be leading. And at the end of the day, sometimes, again, people may not see who you are, but you know who you are. They may judge you. They may look down on you. They may be condescending in the way they speak with you, but you know who you are and you teach people how to treat you. So I want to share with you some of the lessons I learned, just from that moment on how to overcome obstacles, because that was very difficult for me, especially going through it as a young person and really not understanding why this person just didn't even believe that I was worthy of being in the right room. One of the lessons I learned is believing in yourself. When that happened, I remember after the meeting, I stepped out the room, I called my boss and I just cried. I was like, yo, why? You know what I mean? Like, why am I going through this? Why did this person treat me this way? It was so uncomfortable. I felt embarrassed, right? I felt really low. I felt unworthy. And after speaking to my manager, then calling my family, it was like, yo, you have to believe in yourself. Sometimes people don't think that you are worthy of the things you have. People don't think that you are worthy of the ideas that you have. People do not think that you will ever be better than who you used to be. They don't see you as different. They don't see you as more. So they make their judgments on you. And sometimes if you're not careful, you'll believe what a person says about you. If you're not careful, you'll believe what they say about you as facts. If you're not careful, you'll think that their opinion of you really, really matters. And when we believe in ourselves, family, we got to go that extra mile to stop concerning ourselves with what people are thinking about us, to stop concerning ourselves with what they think we should do, we shouldn't do. And I'm going to ask you the question, are you in the right room? When you look at your life and you look at the situations that you're in and the people that you're dealing with and the environments that you're in, are you in the right room? A lot of times, family, we're in the wrong room, dealing with the wrong situations, individuals that don't heal us, individuals that don't make us feel better, individuals that don't help us to be better. What room are you in? Because when you believe in yourself and you believe you can do something new and different, and you believe you can go the extra mile, you ensure that you're in the right room because you're commanding spaces that those people don't think that you should. Another big lesson that I learned in that moment was like, yo, how do I remain optimistic? How can I be optimistic in face of this adversity? How do I get up after this person has walked in and out of the room, right? Made me feel oh so uncomfortable, made other people look at me like maybe she doesn't belong here. Who is this brown girl sitting in this room? How do I remain optimistic when I'm going through these certain situations? And one of the things I learned, family, is, again, going alongside with believing in yourself, you just have to know that no matter what a person says about me, no matter what they think about me, not even no matter what I think I used to be or who I'm not, I'm going to get up. And in this moment, I'm going to deliver. In this moment, I'm going to 10x my life. And in this moment, I'm going to become the best version of myself that I can possibly be, no matter what they think about me. A lot of times we have people in our lives that say negative things about us, that tell us that we'll never be who we want to be. Like, imagine, think about this. Let's say you did a lot of wrong in your past, right? Let's say you did things that people didn't approve of. Well, now you're a different and better version of yourself. And you find that people in your environment, they're not accepting you like they should. They don't think that you'll ever change. They don't think that you can ever be something different. Family, we have to be careful and understand and know, just because people don't see us the way we believe we are, we have to see us the way we are. So we take our focus off of those individuals, take our focus off of the haters, the naysayers, and the doubters, and the people speaking ill over our lives, and put our focus on ourselves so that we can stand up and command our rooms. What room are you in? Allowing people who have no merit in your life, who are not even worthy of speaking negative over your life, who are we allowing in these spaces to make us feel like we're less than? Who are we allowing in these spaces that are making us feel like we're not worthy? When I was sitting in the audience, right? And when I was sitting and standing at the podium, I was the same person. But from her point of view, if I'm sitting in the audience, I'm unworthy. No, whether I'm sitting here in the audience or I'm standing at the podium, I'm still the same person. And people may not see us how we are or how God sees us. But at the end of the day, we're not going to let that stop us, because we are going to overcome those obstacles and we are going to 10x our lives and continue to do the things that we're supposed to do so that we can deliver the message that we're called to deliver and live out our purpose on life, period. You have a lot of goals and dreams inside of you. And a lot of times, family, when we have these goals and dreams, we feel not worthy. We feel like it's not a good time. I don't have the support. What if no one likes me? What if I never get this? What if I never get that? And then we go down this gravy train. We go down this gravy train of what we don't have and who we're not. And what if, and we talk ourselves out of it. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, because a lot of us, we go through these doubt. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our belief. And we know we have what it takes. And we know we can do it, but sometimes the fear can be so crippling. And if I wasn't careful, I would have listened to that woman. I would have felt like I was in the wrong room, and I would have got up and delivered a message that wasn't good. So what do we do when we have people and haters and doubters staring us in the face, telling us we're nothing, staring us in the face and making us feel as if we're not important or we're not good or we're not worthy? We stare them back in the face because we're in the right room. Another lesson I learned in that moment was just to continue to take action, to go hard, to be the best version of myself. They want a show? Give them a show. When she found out that I was actually the facilitator of that meeting, and she saw me get up, and not get up to leave the room, but get up to go in front of the room and speak, she didn't know what to do. She literally didn't know what to do. And instead of me being sad or making her feel like she won, I got up and I was able to deliver the best message. I was able to do the best that I possibly could for myself, for the individuals, for everything and everyone involved, because that gave me the added push to say, you know what? Nobody's going to tell me who I am. No one's going to tell me who I'm not. And no one is going to make me feel like I'm inadequate. My question again to you, family, are you in the right room? Is there someone in your room making you feel unworthy? Is there someone in your life, in your environment, making you feel as if you're not the one? Is there someone in your life making you feel like you can't be better, that you can't do better, that you can't change, that you can't command a large crowd, that you can't command a large room? Family, what room are we in? We have to know and understand who we are. We have to know and understand the power that we bring. And a lot of times, I'm going to be real with this too. I thought about this. She may have looked at me as if I was in the wrong room, but the reality is she might have seen my power too. Sometimes people see your energy, people see your strength, and it makes them feel away. It irritates their demons. So they don't want you in the same room as them. And they want to discourage you and bring you down and make you feel bad and make you feel less than. The reality is people see your value sometimes before you do. And family, in those moments, all you can do is continue to persevere, continue to push through, continue to do what you're called to do, and quiet out the noise, right? And remember, family, that you were there to assist. A lot of times we're in these spaces, and I know it's uncomfortable. And I know we feel as if we don't have what it takes to carry the shield, or we're in situations and we don't feel like we're worthy because we maybe have imposter syndrome, or maybe we don't see ourselves the way God sees us, or maybe we don't see ourselves the way people see us. Maybe we see ourselves differently than how we're truly presenting ourselves to the world. And if you're ever went through a situation where you're feeling down, where you're feeling out, where you're feeling discouraged, or where you're feeling like an imposter in your own life, you have to overcome that. And like I've said before, when you overcome and you overcome and you overcome, you become somebody new. You overcome and you become someone new. And a lot of times we keep ourselves small too. We sit in these rooms that we don't need to be in. Some of us, and I've done it too, we keep ourselves small because maybe we're not yet ready to get out there. Maybe we don't believe in ourselves, so we keep ourselves small. And I'm asking you, family, are you keeping yourself small? And if you are, what can you do to take yourself out of that room so that you can be in the right room? I'm going to ask you the question again. Are you in the right room? The right room in all areas of your life, spiritually, emotionally, relationally. Are you in the right room? Because you deserve to have a better life than you give yourself. You deserve to have more, to be more so that you can do more because you are more. You deserve it. The lady looked me in my face and she said, if you're looking for the restroom, it's down the hall to the right. I think you're in the wrong room. And I looked at her and I said, thank you. I'm not looking for the restroom. I'm in the right room. Are you speaking to the adversity in your life? Are you speaking to the obstacles in your life? Are you speaking to the people in your life that are making you feel as if you're in the wrong room? Family, we have to get our courage back. We have to pull that energy back. We have to start becoming that best version of ourselves, that highest version of ourselves, as we work on ourselves in personal development, as we master ourselves and start to understand ourselves. We have to take our power back. Because if you don't define who you are, someone else will. I sat in that audience, in my mind, just taking notes, preparing, getting ready for my speech. And someone looked at me as if I wasn't worthy, as if I wasn't worthy to lead a room. But I very much so am. And family, there's something in your life that someone is looking at you and feeling like you're unworthy of that thing. Maybe unworthy of that relationship, unworthy of that blessing, unworthy of whatever it is that you believe you want to walk into and that you're worthy of. And maybe people don't believe in you, and that is okay. Because at the end of the day, you stand up like I did, you walk to the front of your room, and you command the audience, and you command that attention. This is not the time for us to lose our head. This is not the time. And time is passing by every single day, and we can get money back, we can get relationships back, we can get almost anything back, but what we cannot get back is time. So what in your life is holding you back? What in your life are you allowing to waste your time? What in your life are you not paying attention to more closely that is causing you to stay in the wrong room? Are you in the right room in all areas of your life? Is there someone or something or some environment that's holding you back from getting where you need to be? Are you speaking to those negative thoughts, speaking to those negative people, speaking to those negative ideas and mindsets and telling it who you are? Are you commanding your rooms in your life? Are you commanding your thoughts? Are you commanding your goals? Are you setting the right expectation for yourself, your future, for your present, for your life? Are you in the right room? Remember that you are commanding rooms that people do not believe you should be commanding. And it doesn't matter what they think, because all that matters is you knowing that you are great and you have what it takes to do what you need to do. And you are getting on to where you need to be. And you are overcoming and overcoming and overcoming and become someone new and understanding the room that you're in. And if you're not in the right room, do the things and set the things in place so that you can get into the right room. And it doesn't matter what a person says. It doesn't matter what a person thinks. At the end of the day, you know who you are, you know where you are, and you're on your way to getting to the right room for you. You're on the way to getting where you need to be every single time. It doesn't matter what they think. They're going to say what they want. They always say what they want. They're going to tell you who they think you are. They're going to tell you what they think you should do. They're going to say to you, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. You should go there. They're going to tell you what they think is best for your business. They're going to tell you what they think is best for your life. And family, if they are not in the inner circle of your life, if they are not your inner circle, and sometimes your inner circle can hurt you too, but I'm just saying for the sake of the conversation, if they are not those close people that you know love you, care about you, and have your best interests at heart, why are we listening to them? They don't have the right to tell you who you are, nor do they have the right to tell you you're in the wrong room. You are in the right room. And you are commanding the rooms that people do not think you should be commanding. And that's on everything. So after I finished my speech, and she came and apologized and said her piece, and she was embarrassed and turning red and all frustrated. After she apologized, I accept her apology. But I realized, family, they always come back. Whether they come back with a verbal apology, whether they are just watching you from afar, whether they are sending people to find out about you and delivering those messages back to them so they can hear what you're doing, whether they're seeing you on social media, whether they're not talking to you, they're all watching. What else do they have to do? What else do they have to do? How do you think it feels to be that person who was wrong about you? They thought, right? Maybe they didn't need you, that the relationship was done and that they would be good without you. They thought, right, that they were in the wrong room with you. And then they realized they were in the right room the whole time. What do you think they're going to do? They have no choice but to watch. So you're going to stand up. You're going to stand proud. You're going to go from sitting down and you're going to stand up and you're going to take control of your room and you're going to give everyone a show and let everyone know who you are by your actions, by your deeds, by your examples, by the way you're living your life, by the things that you're doing, by the things that you no longer are doing, by your new environments and the new individuals that you're hanging out with and the new things you're doing and the new blessing and abundance that's coming your way. They all see it. And you don't have to worry about that because it's time for you to take your seat on your throne and deliver the message that you need to deliver to the world, because I believe one of the best purposes in life that you can have is to be a blessing to all of humanity. And that's exactly what you are. So I'm going to ask you this question one last time. What room are you in? And if you are in the right room, continue to do so and be there. But if you don't believe that you are in the right room for your life, please do the things that you need to get there. Belief in yourself, being focused, taking action, quieting the noise, and becoming the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, and standing up in your life and becoming the main character in your life and taking your seat and standing up at your throne and delivering the message that you need to deliver no matter what they say about you. And that's on everything. Stay inspired. Hey family, I want to thank you so much for watching my content. And I'm asking you, if you haven't already, please subscribe. More good things to come. Thank you. Stay inspired. Hey family, a lot of times we go through life and we go through our day dealing with individuals that have an impact on how we feel, an impact on our career, an impact on who we are. But family, I want to remind you that it doesn't matter what a person says about you, because you know who you are, right? A lot of times people will try to water you down, make you feel like you're less than who you are. That is absolutely not the case. You are a very important person and becoming an even more important person. And you know why? Because the signs are there. Not just because you're chosen, the signs are there. So I'm going to give you some signs to let you know your level of importance and the things that you do is really bothering and aggravating other people's spirits to the point where they may say negative things about you, but they can't hold you down. Sign number 1, your level of influence is increasing. It's increasing everywhere you go, everyone you talk to, everything you do. Everybody wants to be a part of your show. Everyone is motivated by your life, motivated by the decisions that you're making, motivated by the path that you're taking in your own life, and motivated by your ability to want to do more and be more and have more. So if you're all the things that someone negative is saying about you, how could you be growing? How could your level of influence be growing, right? Because they're giving you energy to be better. All the negative things that they're saying about you is making you better and making you stronger. And that's facts, right? People always have something to say about what you should do different, how you should handle yourself, how you should handle your business. But at the end of the day, family, you know who you are. You know who you are, and you have to know you're important, because if you weren't important, you wouldn't have all the attacks coming towards you. You wouldn't have all the people bothering you, stressing you out, saying negative things, trying to figure out who you are. You have to know that you're onward and you're moving onward and onward and going better than where you ever were before. You have to know it, family. Another way to realize your level of importance is look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You are now becoming a problem solver. You're solving problems, right? One problem you solved was, if this person is not good to me, they're not going to be in my life. Problem solved, right? Because where you're going, everybody can't go. And they don't get the right to treat you any kind of way. This is your life. If they don't show up well in your life, then they don't get to be in your life. And that's period. Point blank. If they don't show up, they don't get to be in your life. Because where you're going in your life, you can't take everybody, family. You cannot take everyone. There is not enough room for negativity. There's only room for you and the people that support you and love you. And that's how you know you're important. You're starting to do away with things that you no longer need. You're starting to shake off things that no longer serve you. You're starting to not do the vices that you used to be doing. You're not going to the places that you used to go. You're changing your environment. You're becoming a different and better person. That's how you know you're elevating. And when you're becoming more of an important person, you have no choice but to move up. You have no choice but to become better. You have no choice but to become stronger. You have no choice but to elevate. And they see it, family, and they don't like it. They see the elevation, but they do not like it. And that's okay. Because as you're becoming an important person, they may not see you as important, but you are. Another thing you're going to start seeing in your life as you begin to elevate and become more important is everybody's going to want to invite you to their events. They're going to want you to come to their shows. They're going to want you to support their things. You're going to want to be a part of it. You're going to want to network more and do more. You know why? Because when you come out of bad situations, right, dealing with people who have held you down, dealing in relationships that were not healthy for you, you are able to grow, right? And meet new people, right? New people to be in relationships with, people who support you and love you, motivate you, and help you get to that next level where you need to go. That's how you know you're becoming more important, because you're no longer dealing in these spaces with these people that can care less about you. Why would you do that anymore? Because their only goal was to hold you down. Their only goal was to keep you where you were at, because they knew how powerful you are. And they knew, if I allow this person to go, they're going to go and grow, right? They're going to go and they're no longer going to be doing the things I'm doing. They're no longer going to be a part of this life, because they know it. Right, family? As you're growing and becoming more important and becoming a better version of yourself, you have no time and no room for negativity. You have no time and no room to waste your time with individuals that have nothing good for you, nothing good to offer you. You have no time to waste your time to be in environments that no longer serve you and that are not healthy. Because as you're becoming an important person, all of those things and people are going to fall away. And you're going to meet new people, and you're going to be in new environments, and that's going to require a new you. That's going to require a new self. When you're developing yourself and when you're talking about personal development, you can't take that old self into something new. You can't. You can't take that old version of self into something new. You can only take that new version of self, right? And as you're becoming more important and doing more in your life, you got to know that you can only take that new version of self. Yeah, you have old habits and things that you like, great parts of your personality that are great, that you can take with you to your future. But that highest and best version of yourself that's waiting on you is not entertaining in the things that no longer serve you. And as you're becoming a better and stronger and faster person, you have to find a way to do away with the things that aren't serving you. So as people continue to invite you to these places, to want to network with you, to want to do more, you have to be open to it, right? You have to be open to it, because you never know what opportunities can come your way if you just open your heart and you just try to do something new and different. And another way to know that you're becoming important, family, is you're going to start to see good things are coming to you. Good things are going to be coming to you easily and effortlessly. It's like you're going to think a thought, and next thing you know, that thought is going to come to pass. You're going to manifest this new version of self. You're going to become a better and greater and different and new person, right? Because your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. And you're going to start thinking better thoughts, and you're going to start acting better, and you're going to start feeling good, being in good feeling states. And now you're going to have the ability to create new days and have the ability to do new things. I always say, when we wake up in the morning, let's say, for example, you're going through something bad. I don't know, a bad situation, a loss of a friend, a loss of a loved one, a divorce, or a breakup. Have you ever been in a situation where when you wake up, all those thoughts just start to download in your head, right? The minute you wake up, those thoughts start to download. And family, one of the things I've learned is right when you wake up and you feel those thoughts starting to download, you have to go in and inadvertently change your mind. Think new thoughts, replace those thoughts. What I do is right when I'm laying in the bed, I wake up, and right before, I get out of the bed, I say my prayers, I set my good intentions, and I close my eyes, and I create the day the way I want my day to go. I create the day the way I want it to go. That way I'm not focused on the negative things. Because family, if you keep your mind in the past, right? If you keep your mind in a familiar past, then you will always have a predictable future. What does that mean? That means those same thoughts that you thought yesterday, you now brought those thoughts into today. So essentially, today is not a new day. Today is your yesterday. And we can't keep having our new days be our yesterdays. No, we want our new days to be our new days. So we have to start taking our thoughts captive, making them our own. And as we grow to become more important people, we have to get control of our mind, right? Because another lesson I learned too on a personal note, that just because you think it does not mean it's true. Just because you think something does not make it true. And a lot of times when we get doors closed, right? Opportunities closed. Maybe we took a risk on something, it didn't work. Maybe we took an opportunity and a risk on a person and that didn't work. But when the door is closed, it weighs heavy on us. And now we start feeling heavy, like, oh man, maybe it's me. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I could have done something different. But family, you're doing everything that you can, as long as you're keeping your thoughts up, as long as you're keeping your mind up, as long as you're keeping your life up. You're networking, you're becoming influential, you're doing more. And when you realize that you're changing, it is because you're making a choice. It is because you're deciding to quiet the noise and not listen to everything everyone else has to say about you, about your decisions, about what you're doing, about how you're living your life. You're quieting the noise. And when you get to that point where you quiet the noise, that's when you make true change in your life. Because what is change? Change is waking up and making the decision to do something different. That's all change is. You make a decision that you're going to do something new and different than you did the day before. New and different than you did the day before. So let me take a step back. I know I'm talking about us being important, but let me take a step back and I want to touch on, rejection or a person leaving our life, because I noticed that, a lot of the messages I'm getting is, what do you do when someone leaves your life? What do you do when you feel like something can be so much better than it is and now it's over? Who are we? What do we do? Let me tell you what you do. You allow it. You allow it. When someone decides that they want to leave your life, what can you do? You can't force a person to stay. And I know it hurts, right? I've been in my past, before I've been, in a relationship and married, I had a divorce. So I know what it feels like when a person leaves your life and the pain that brings, right? I know the pain that brings. But when a person decides to leave your life, family, you have to let them. Because at the end of the day, when you're moving forward, everything you need is in front of you, not behind you, right? So go through the pain, go through the grief, go through the hurt, but understand and know that on the other side of that is going to be a brand new, better version of yourself. And if you keep moving forward, a lesson I learned, family, those same people, very, very same people who say that they don't need you. Hey, just checking on you, just texting you to see how you're doing. I saw your video, they never go anywhere. You know why? Because it's not designed for them to. Because you're chosen. And when a person does a chosen one wrong, they bring so much misfortune, so much calamity, so much stress on their life that you almost don't have to do anything. And it's a good thing that you're moving on, because you don't want to be a part of that mess that they're in. No, you're moving forward. So again, getting back on topic of being an important person, when people reject you and hurt you, you let it be. You move on with your life. No need to seek revenge. The best revenge is happiness. The best revenge is moving forward. The best revenge is waking up each day and making a change and deciding that you want your day to be better than your day was yesterday. It is making a decision. And when you're onward and yonward, and when you're moving forward, you have to remind yourself and tell yourself that every single thing that I need is in front of me. Every single thing that I want is ahead of me. Everything that inspires me, that's good to me, that I love, that loves me, is in front of me. And you have to tell yourself this, family, because it is designed for your mind to play tricks on you. It is designed for your mind to tell you you'll never be anything, you'll never have anything. Everything that person told you about you was true. You'll never overcome this vice. You'll never overcome this addiction. It's designed to do that. But when you overcome yourself, if you can overcome yourself, you can overcome the world. If you can overcome your thoughts, you can overcome everything. Family, I say it because it's true and I mean it. If you can overcome your thoughts, you can overcome everything. And I want you to know, family, that you have what it takes to continue to become important. How many times in our lives can we look back and say, you know what? I wish I would have done this differently, right? I wish I would have took a different step. I wish I would have handled the situation different. I wish I would have spent more time with this person. How much more times are we going to live in regret? How much more times are we going to not forgive ourselves for the things that we've done? It's time to get beyond that. This is the year to get beyond ourselves and get over ourselves, because we are the only ones standing in the way of our greatness. Period. We are important. When people try to tell you you're not, it's a lie. Like I always say, it's all cap. When they try to tell you you're not important, that is a lie. They know you're important. And as you progress and move about in your life, as you progress and do more and have more, you're going to become more. And the same people, the same environments, the same things are going to realize how much they needed you. Family, when you move on with your life and become important, that aggravates people's spirits, because now they don't know what to do. You're not concerned with what they're saying. You're not concerned with what they're doing. You're not concerned with who they're with. You're not concerned where they are. You love them, you bless them, and you say goodbye. Now, what are they going to do? There's no energy coming from you to them. What are they going to do? Right? And at the end of the day, as you're moving on and moving forward, again, we have to block out the noise, quiet the noise of what these individuals are telling you who you are, what you're not, what you don't have. We have to quiet the noise because, family, at the end of the day, we cannot allow our minds to play tricks on us. We can't. When you're becoming important, when you're out there meeting new people and networking and dating and worshiping and doing whatever it is that's your thing, you do not have room to allow anything negative to come into that. You don't. You literally don't have energy, space, or time to allow anyone or anything to come in between what you are building for your future. And if something doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel good, family, and I'm not talking about all things. I know we, go through school and go through life and we have to make sacrifices and it doesn't always feel good. But family, if something doesn't feel good, right? And you have the ability to control that thing that doesn't feel good, you can remove yourself from that environment. You do not have to be a part of any friendship circle, any environment at work, any environment. You don't have to be a part of anything that's unhealthy for you. And I know it's not easy to leave everything. God knows, you have children, spouses, responsibilities. But for what it's worth, if it's something simple that you can remove yourself from, you remove yourself from it. Because when you're becoming important, people in your life have the ability to make you or break you. People in your life have the ability to help you get to where you need to be or take you back further than where you were in your past or back to where you currently are. And a lot of people don't want to be where they currently are. Because when you're becoming important, you can't allow those same people to keep you there. You have to grow. You're not just becoming important to stay where you are. No, you're becoming important to take it to that next step, to get to that next level of your life. You're not going to sit here and become important just to be around the same situation. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I already talked about it earlier. Your level of influence is increasing. So if your level of influence is increasing, family, you already know. You don't have time to take your new influence and your new self and cast your pearls amongst swine. Absolutely not. Let those people walk. They said those negative things about you. They don't like you. They talked about you. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. And you know why it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter because it can't matter. It literally cannot matter. You have no space in your mind to concern yourself with the things people are saying about you when it doesn't matter. You are an important person. Do you think these CEOs out here concern themselves with what everybody says about their brand? You think you can pick up the phone and talk to the owner of a major brand just that simple? No. In the same way that these CEOs have protections over their lives, you have protections over your life. Right? And look at yourself as a own personal brand, as the CEO of your life, and manage and handle yourself accordingly. And as you're becoming even more important than you already are, everyone does not have that access to you. Everyone doesn't have that access to you like they used to. They absolutely do not. They do not get the right to have that same level of access to you that they used to have, because this is not that time. That is not this and this is not that, right? You're becoming important. You're becoming a leader. You're solving problems. You're okay with the fact when people say that they're rejecting you. You're letting them and allowing them to walk away because you know something better and greater is coming for you. And everything in your life is coming to you effortless, and it feels good because it is good, and you don't have to work so hard for what you want because you're attracting all things, and your personality is made up of what you think, how you act, and how you feel. And you're acting great, and you're feeling good, and you're in good feeling states. And if you get into a moment where things don't feel good, as much as you can control it, you can remove yourself from that situation. You can remove yourself from this situation. Family, you have to protect your peace. You have to protect your heart, and you certainly have to protect your path. You have to. And you have to trust and know every single thing that you want is coming to you. It's already happening for you now. When things are being removed from you, when things are being stripped off of you, when everything is starting anew and growing anew, like spring, when everything is coming up, family, know that that's your life. Know that that's your life. If you are void of something in your life that you feel like you're missing, maybe you don't have a spouse or a husband or a wife, maybe you don't have the income that you want or the career that you want. No, it is coming. It is coming, and your time is now. And this is your season to reap your harvest. You've been working hard. You have been working so hard. Now is the time to reap your harvest. And because you're becoming an important person, everybody knows it and everybody sees it. Because you're becoming an important person, you feel it. You can feel it in the air. You can feel the change happening around you. You know and you can see that things are getting better in your life right now. Things are getting better in your life right now. If someone wants to leave your life right now, let them people leave. Because you irritate their demons anyway. You don't need those people in your life. They're not going anywhere. They will, I know people. It's been a year, 5 months, 2 years, and they still get that call back from the same person that told them they don't like them. They don't want them. They'll be nothing. They are nothing. Family, let me tell you something. The best thing that you can do as you're on your journey to becoming a more important person, the best thing and the best revenge that you can ever have is to be happy. The best revenge that you can and will ever have is to be happy. Let these people go. We got to get these out of our minds, right? These are soul ties. We got to get them out of our minds and put them under our feet. Under our feet so we can go about and start becoming that important person that we know we are designed to be. We know we're designed to be it. We got to start looking good and feeling good about ourselves and maintaining ourselves, maintaining our hygiene, maintaining our mind, and strengthening ourselves, strengthening our hearts, strengthening our souls so that we can prepare ourselves and open ourselves for greater, because we know greater is coming. We know greater is coming. Why wouldn't it come? You've worked so hard to get to this point. How many disappointments have you had? I'll wait. I know it's been a lot. I'll wait. How many disappointments have you had? How many setbacks have you had? Again, I'll wait. How many setbacks have you had? So you mean you came this far just to get this far? Absolutely not, family. You know who you are. And you know whose you are. And you know what you're not. And you got to start understanding that as you're becoming a more important person, you need strength too. So you've got to motivate yourself. Do what I said earlier. When you wake up, start to create the story in your mind about how your day is going to go. If a person wants to leave your life, allow it. I know it's hard. I know it hurts. But let it go. Let me get closer when I say that. I know it's hard and I know it hurts. Let it go. Let them go. Because where you are going is so much greater than anything and anyone. And you're not going to waste your life any longer if you're wasting your life. You're not going to waste your life. Let me tell you what you're not going to waste. You're not going to waste your life. You're not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste your energy. You're not going to waste your effort. You're going to do everything that you can do to continue on your trajectory and to continue on your journey of becoming this new and better person. You're not wasting any more time. You're not doing it. You're starting to network. You're going to get out there and start to meet people. You're a problem solver now, right? In order to be successful, you have to be a solution to a global problem. You are now a solution to a problem. That's how serious it is for you. You are so important. You are a solution person. You're solving everybody's problems. Everyone comes to you for advice anyway. You're the chosen one. They all come to you to help you to solve their lives. So you do not have time hanging out and wasting your time in environments that no longer serve you. Not when you're an important person. And I need you to know who you are. And I need you to have the willingness to be able to keep this up. And I know it's hard because change is hard. And sometimes you want to quit. Sometimes things get so hard, you want to stop midway and you want to quit. And I know you do because we've all been there. But you're not going to quit because you're becoming an important person. And when you walk the way is made and you have too much more traction to cover, too much more problems to solve, too much more important people to meet, too much more events to attend, Too much more tables to sit at. And guess what? In this season, you are the table. They're inviting you to their events, but they want to sit at your table because you're in your own lane, doing things in your own lane, making moves in your own lane. You're in your own lane. Let these people go. Let these environments go that are not serving you. If there's something in your life you need to change, change it. And I know it's hard, but do the things every day, little by little, so that hard becomes easy. That way you can move about in your life. That way you can move about in your life and become better in your life. You have been promised such a great life. You have too much more ground to cover than to stay where you are. And for a lot of us, where we are is good. But when you go from good to great, it takes a new version of self. It takes a new you. When you go from good to great, you can't take this current you into the future. You can, but that just makes the future more good. But you have to make some tweaks and you have to make some changes so that you can be that best version of self as you move on into your new future, family. And I'm not just saying this, I'm living this. I'm living it, going from good to great, becoming a more important person. Family, your life is getting better. You're changing. You're doing new things. You're becoming different. You're developing new habits. You're becoming a better person. You're meeting new people. You're attracting things to you effortlessly. You're not even having to work hard for the things you used to work hard for because you're in preparation season. You're getting ready to get ready to get ready. You're getting ready to be ready to be ready. Every single thing is coming to you and you know it because I know it. And then you're going to have what's called an and suddenly moment. And suddenly I'm great. And suddenly I'm important. And suddenly my life changed overnight. And you're going to think it's an and suddenly, but you're going to know deep in your heart, you worked so hard to get to where you are. It wasn't an and suddenly. It was hard work. It was you going from good to great. It was you accepting the fact that you're already important and becoming even more important. It was you that decided to let go of the people that hurt you. It was you that decided to stop with the vices and the addictions that were no longer serving you. It was you that decided that you no longer wanted to be in that environment. It was you that decided that you wanted to be more important. You have God, whatever it is that you serve, the universe, whatever it is that you serve, you have you and you have support. And you are not doing this alone. Some of us have spouses. Some of us have family. Some of us have friends. You're not doing this alone. And at the end of the day, when you're working towards becoming a new, different, and great and more important person, you have to understand that you are not in any way doing this alone. So now what are you going to do, family? Now you've heard this message, right? It feels good, but we don't just want to feel good. We want to be good. So now what are you going to do? What are you going to do to be good? Are you going to just listen to this message and then scroll to another one, listen to that and scroll? No, we're going to make changes in our lives now. We're going to be the change that we want to see right now. We're going to do the things that we need to do right now in this season because we have what it takes to get to where we need to be and to become who we need to be. That's it. There's nothing more. We're going to change. And when the people come back, family, listen to me. Now you're more important than who you used to be, right? They're going to call. They want to come back in your life. Who doesn't want to be a part of something great? Who doesn't want to have good energy? They're going to see you. They're going to see you on social media. They're going to see you in the community. They're going to see some of us on TV. They're going to see the changes that you're making. Why wouldn't they want to come back? You're important now. They all want to come back when you're important. They knew that you were chosen when they were with you. They knew that you were chosen when they had you in their presence, but they fumbled the ball. So what are you going to do now that they fumbled the ball? You going to let them back in your life? You are absolutely not. You know why? Because it's not even going to feel good if you do. How many times in our past have we let someone back in our lives that they left our lives, we were sad, hurt, and we finally got over the hurt and pain just to let them back in their lives and it didn't feel good. You don't want those people back in your life, family. You don't need them in your life anymore. You are an important person. And important people do important things with other important people. And when you needed them the most, where were they? When you needed their assistance, where were they? When you needed that job and that job laid you off, look at you now. You're doing so much better than you ever were doing ever. So why wouldn't they want to come back? So your life, right? And this is what I tell people. Your heart has a door, right? This door, it opens and closes, right? Right? But you have a lock and a key, right? And you have to lock that heart. And no one opens that key, that lock on your heart but you. Everyone doesn't get access to you so easily. Remember what I said earlier, you're a brand. Everyone doesn't get access so easily to a personal brand. No, they do not. Because you're important now. They can leave you a message. Hey, how are you? I'm sorry I can't come to the phone. Leave me a message. I'll get right back to you. That's where you're at with them. They're on a need-to-know basis. They won't see you, but they'll see you. They all know that you're important. They knew you weren't important when they had you in their life. They fumbled the ball. Now you're networking. You're meeting new people. You're doing new things. You're a problem solver. You're becoming a better version of self. You're doing all the things that you've always wanted to do. And you're probably doing it because they're no longer in your life. You're probably doing it because you're thinking better thoughts and creating your day, because your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, how you feel. So now you're thinking better, feeling better, and acting better. You probably did it because you removed yourself from that old environment that no longer serves you. You're probably doing it because you want more for yourself. I'll wait. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll wait. When you're becoming more important, you don't have time to go backwards, because every single thing that you need, every person that you need, everything that you want, every answer, every solution, every good thing, every problem is in front of you, and it is not behind you. You are no longer looking back. There is nothing back there for you. Every single thing that you need is in front of you. Every single thing that you need, every person that you want, everything you want to do, everything that you're a part of, every single thing that you need and that you want is in front of you, because you're an important person. You are so important. You are so important. Let them have a seat, pull a ticket, and when you're ready, you'll call them to the center of your life. That's the level that you want with everyone. They're on a need-to-know basis. You'll let them know when they need to know. But right now, you're moving forward, onward, and onward, and you're developing yourself personally, and you do not have time for the foolishness. Family, listen to me. Every single thing that you want is in front of you. It is not behind you. You are and becoming more of an important person. You need your time to network, to drive, to do the things, to create an impact. You need all of your mind to do this. And you do not have time to associate yourself with the vices and the things that you've done in the past, because you are moving forward. Every single good thing that you want is in front of you. Remember that. Stay inspired.